Tiramisu, the dessert that shouldn't exist but conquered the world anyway. Nobody knows who actually invented it. Italy has been fighting over this for decades. Some say it was born in a 1960s brothel in Treviso, created by a madam to boost her workers' energy between clients. Others claim a restaurant threw together leftover ingredients and accidentally created perfection. The name means pick me up in Italian, referring to the caffeine and sugar rush. What makes tiramisu genius is that it's not even baked. You dip ladyfinger cookies in espresso, layer them with sweetened mascarpone cream, and dust with cocoa. That's it, yet it tastes like you slaved for hours. In 2017, Italy tried to get EU protected status to stop bastardized versions. They failed. Now you can find strawberry tiramisu, Nutella tiramisu, even vegan tiramisu. Italians are furious but powerless. A 2025 poll declared tiramisu the best dessert in the world, with 72% of votes. Italy finally won something. Cheesecake, the dessert ancient Greeks invented that New York stole and made famous. The original cheesecake was served to athletes at the first Olympic Games in 776 BC. Just cheese, honey, and wheat. Simple and boring. Fast forward to the 1870s when cream cheese was accidentally invented in New York. A dairyman was trying to recreate French Neuchâtel cheese, messed up and created something richer and creamier. By the 1900s, New York delis were serving towering slices of dense, creamy cheesecake that became the global standard. The New York style is baked, heavy, rich, and sits on a graham cracker crust. It's the cheesecake everyone pictures. But here's the truth. Most people don't actually like traditional New York cheesecake. It's too dense, too rich, too much. So bakeries started adding toppings, strawberries, chocolate, caramel, Oreos, to mask the intensity. Purists are horrified. The Greek athletes who ate plain cheesecakes are rolling in their graves. New York won the branding war, but ruined the dessert. Brownie, the American chocolate accident that became a lunchbox staple. The origin story is pure chaos. Some say a housewife forgot baking powder in 1905. Others claim a Chicago chef created it in 1893 for ladies who didn't want messy cake on their gloves. Nobody knows for sure, and Americans don't care. What makes brownies genius is that failure creates variety. Underbake them and you get fudgy brownies. Bake them right and you get chewy. Overbake and you get cakey. All three versions have passionate defenders who fight about which is correct. The fudgy versus cakey brownie debate has ended friendships. Adding walnuts divides the population in half. Some people think brownies without nuts are incomplete. Others think nuts ruin the chocolate purity. Then came abominations. Blondies, red velvet brownies, brownies with cream cheese swirls. Purists lost their minds. But brownies prove American simplicity. Just chocolate, butter, sugar, eggs, flour. No fancy techniques, no European sophistication. Anyone can make them, and somehow they're still delicious. Macarons, the Instagram dessert that French bakeries want you to think is ancient tradition. It's not. Macarons came from Italy in the 1500s as simple almond cookies. The modern macaron, two meringue shells with filling, was invented by Parisian bakery Ladurée in the early 1900s. Now they sell for $3 to $4 each, despite costing pennies to make. The markup is criminal. Making macarons is notoriously difficult. The meringue must be perfect. The batter needs exact folding or it fails. They need to rest before baking. The oven temperature must be precise. One mistake and you get cracked tops, no feet, or hollow shells. Professional pastry chefs fail regularly, yet every food blogger says theirs are easy. They're lying. Macarons became Instagram famous in the 2010s because they're colorful and stackable. Bakeries make them in every flavor: lavender, rose, matcha, salted caramel. Most taste like overpriced sugar air, but they photograph beautifully. That's all that matters now. You're not buying taste, you're buying content. Baklava, the dessert that's been starting fights for 2,000 years. Turkey claims it, Greece claims it, the Middle East claims it. Everyone's wrong and right simultaneously. Baklava evolved across the Ottoman Empire, so assigning it to one modern country is historically meaningless. but that won't stop the fighting. Baklava is layers of phyllo dough brushed with butter, filled with pistachios or walnuts, baked golden, then drowned in honey syrup. It's so sweet your teeth hurt, so rich that two pieces feels like a crime. The phyllo came from Turks, the nuts from Arabs, the honey from Greeks. It's collaborative, but nobody admits it. Turkish baklava uses pistachios, Greek uses walnuts and cinnamon, Lebanese adds orange blossom water. Everyone insists their version is original and everyone else is wrong. In 2013, Turkey tried for EU protected status. Greece lost their minds. The arguments continue. The dessert remains delicious regardless of who invented it. Just don't ask a Turk and Greek at the same time. Pavlova, the dessert that started a century-long war between Australia and New Zealand. Both countries claim they invented it in the 1920s to honor Russian ballerina Anna Pavlova. New Zealand says a Wellington chef created it in 1926. Australia says a Perth teacher beat them by 2 years. They've been fighting with the passion reserved for actual wars. Pavlova is meringue-based, crispy shell outside, soft marshmallow inside, topped with whipped cream and fruit. It looks delicate like a ballerina's tutu, which is the point. Here's the controversy. In 2008, a researcher found a pavlova recipe in a German cookbook from 1906, 20 years before either country's claim. Both Australia and New Zealand collectively ignored this and continued fighting each other. The Oxford English Dictionary sided with New Zealand. Australians are still mad. Every Christmas, both countries serve pavlova and silently judge each other. The dessert meant to honor grace became a symbol of petty nationalism. Anna Pavlova would be horrified. Mochi, the Japanese dessert that can actually kill you. Every year, several elderly people in Japan choke to death on mochi, usually during New Year. The government issues warnings. People eat it anyway because tradition matters more than safety. Mochi is glutinous rice pounded into paste, then molded. Traditional mochi making involves two people, one swinging a massive wooden mallet, the other reaching in to flip the rice between strikes. One mistimed swing and you lose fingers. It's dangerous to make and eat. Modern mochi comes in endless varieties. Daifuku are mochi balls with sweet bean paste. Mochi ice cream wraps ice cream in mochi, invented in LA in the 1990s and more popular than traditional versions. The texture divides people. Mochi is chewy, sticky, dense. Westerners either love it or find it disturbing. No middle ground. The Japanese have eaten mochi for 2,000 years as good fortune, but outside Japan, people treat it like a novelty. Mochi ice cream sits in freezers next to Haagen-Dazs, stripped of context, reduced to trendy dessert. Churros, the fried dough that Spanish shepherds invented out of desperation. In the mountains, shepherds needed food that was easy to make over fires without equipment. Simple dough, fried, rolled in sugar. Churros were born from poverty, not culinary ambition. The name supposedly comes from churra sheep because the ridged shape resembled horns. That story might be fake, but it's too good to fact-check. Spanish conquistadors brought churros to Latin America, where they evolved differently everywhere. Mexicans dip them in chocolate, Argentinians fill them with dulce de leche, the Spanish eat them for breakfast with thick hot chocolate. In the US, churros became theme park food and county fair staples. They're the dessert equivalent of a carnival. Fun, slightly trashy, impossible to eat gracefully. Fancy restaurants tried elevating churros with pastry cream or exotic sauces. It never works. Churros are best when simple. Fresh, crispy outside, soft inside, dusted with sugar, eaten immediately before they get soggy. Complexity ruins them.